Alright, YouTube. So, the video that's going to be in the description below is from CNN. It's Jake Tapper fact-checking Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on their healthcare claims. And Bernie Sanders was thanking the Koch brothers out of all people. He was saying, "Oh, I'd like to thank the Koch brothers for devising a plan that would save the United States $2 trillion over 10 years." And you know, that's kind of a it's a weird combo right there. Bernie Sanders and the Koch brothers. It seems like they're sworn enemies. You know, that would be my guess. And the same goes with Ocasio-Cortez. But I think that there's some pretty common knowledge that she's probably going to get some money, and probably is getting some money from George Soros. And the interesting thing about that is that Ocasio-Cortez has basically been offered almost $250,000 to go debate, and she's refused it. This was from Ben Shapiro and from Turning Point USA. And she basically turned it down. $1/5 I guess, like 200,000. But still, that's a lot of money, and it's kind of evident. It's like, well, look, she obviously doesn't need the money from us. She's probably taking it from George Soros. And not that she should take money from either people. You know, she should do as she pleases. That's just my opinion, though. The thing, though, is, like, I don't like the idea of universal healthcare facilitated by the government. I like the idea of everybody being able to access healthcare on the private market, because my impression is that the government healthcare system is intended for like veterans and government officials, and not for private citizens. And that's the same. And it even goes for the government officials and the veterans. It's like they should have the ability to go and get private treatment. And I guarantee you that if you were to find a way to lower taxes and basically eliminate government healthcare altogether, there would be a lot of private companies that would give like major discounts to veterans. And I mean, if you're even so uptight about it, you could, maybe write some legislation to back it up. But that's the thing. It's like, where do you draw the line? Where is it like? Where's the line drawn between the free market and government regulation? But I think it's a wonderful idea if everybody could have healthcare. But why should the government be in charge of facilitating that? Because they can essentially say, well, we get to decide what healthcare is, and we get to decide what kind of treatment you get and coverage, and the laundry list goes on. So that's something to be concerned about, I would say. And that was kind of my big beef with Obama. Like, I really didn't give a shit about Obama until like I started to realize, well, he's a high tax, and then among other things, he's a warmonger, he's a divisive character. I just think that when I started to get taxed for not having healthcare, and then I did sign up for healthcare, I was like, all right, this is cool. I'll have healthcare. That's what an adult thing to do. It's adulting. And then I find out, well, it's like, even if you do get sick, you can't use the coverage because you need a certain... I mean, I just don't understand it, and like, that's probably the fault of mine, but still, it's like, I think the common man would probably say, like, that's bullshit. I should not have to pay for healthcare that I don't want to use or can't use. It's either way, it's like, it's total bullshit. Alright, that was a pretty good take. I'm going to end it on that. But yeah, the video that's going to be in the description below is from Jake Tapper talking about he's fact-checking Bernie Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez. It's really funny. So Jake Tapper's the designated fact-checker over there at CNN. And, I mean, oh my god. Look, Brian Stelter has a show called Reliable Sources, and his initials are BS. So it's so obvious at this point. I almost, like, think it's like, what, is CNN satire at this point? Possibly. It's totally possible. I mean, it's Turner over there, so Turner's kind of a whack job. He's known to basically be like, all right, I'm okay with my networks producing wacky content, and that goes with like TNT, TBS, because I'm kind of a cable TV junkie, to be honest, or at least I was before. I've like watched my fair share of like really shitty shows on said networks, and I used to be like a very big religious like CNN viewer. I used to watch CNN all the time. And I basically was like afraid to watch Fox News because I was like, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to get brainwashed by like the neocons, essentially. And it turns out that like right now Fox News is like probably like the most centrist cable news channel right now, and then like the others are just like either far left or far right. And I mean, what I mean by far right is like they're all talking about how Assad is gassing his own people and how Russia is our #1 enemy. It's neocon speak, and it's coming from the left. I mean, it's make no mistake. So I don't know. We live in such fucked up times, but such amazing times, I gotta say. All right, guys. God bless.